Hello, good morning from a busy Barcelona. We are just heading to the train station and we're going to head back to the airport and make our way over to Italy and to Milan. So made it through security at Barcelona. The last time I was in this part of the airport was actually about 10 years or so ago. I was on a school trip and we were actually in Madrid, and what had happened was the flight back to Liverpool from Madrid had been cancelled, so we ended up staying an extra day in Madrid, then getting a coach from Madrid through to Barcelona to fly back to London. And it was honestly such a long day. It was like 8 hours or so on the coach, warm, sweaty, not very nice, pretty tired. And then, why is it whenever I do these I always get interrupted by announcements, but basically end up coming back into Barcelona airport, then flying back to London and then getting a coach from London back home to Glasgow, and it was honestly, it was awful. But we're here, we made it through security, and then we're just waiting for the flight. We're going to get something to eat, get a wee coffee, and then head over to Milan. We're in Milan at Malpensa train station just now. We've got our tickets for us to head into the city centre. That's about 35 minutes or so into the kind of outskirts of Milan, which is where we're staying, and we need to jump on another train. So once we get to the next station, we're going to get the kind of 3-day ticket, I think. You can get our 2-day ticket for jumping on and off public transport, because when you're in a big city like Milan or Barcelona, it's really useful to have something like that. So I'm going to do that. Can't wait to get to the hotel, just check in, have a lie down. It's been not too long a day, but I always find that when you're travelling, you really value that, being able just to lie down for a couple of minutes once you've completed it. That was also our first time ever on Vueling. Pretty good, staff are excellent. Plane was a kind of budget airline plane, comfy, done the job, got you from A to B, so no complaints there. We got everything sorted, and obviously it was a cheap fare as well. We actually only paid €12 for this flight, so pretty happy with that. So we came to this place, Aroma Neapolitano, and they do these amazing croissants. Look at these, they are huge. Obviously, being in Italy, we're going to go for some pizza. Both these pizzas and 2 glasses of wine was less than £20. Amazing value. This street is so cute, where the trees are, like that. There we go. On the tram there, heading back to the hotel from the pizza place. We went for dinner, and then the tram just stopped. There was also an announcement in Italian. We had no clue what it was, but everyone got up and got off. So we done the same, and then another tram came, and there was people on that, and according to Google Maps we could get this one to where we were going. So we jumped back on, went like one stop, and then another announcement, and then everyone got off again. So we're currently trying to find another way back to the hotel. I think we've found a way you can go in the metro, so we're going to do that instead, but it's a bit annoying, especially when you don't have a clue what's happening. It's 6:30 in the morning, got an early start. I'm actually heading to the gym just now. I'm actually heading down to a CrossFit box just about 10 minutes from the hotel, so I'm going to head down there, do my first ever CrossFit class, so we'll see how that goes. It's always good to go to different gyms when you're abroad. It's just like going out a run, you kind of see different places, but going to different gyms as well, you get a different feel for how the gyms are elsewhere, and obviously you get to see other people and meet other people there too. And amazingly, this is the first time I've ever actually done CrossFit properly, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I'm actually quite excited to see what's happening. I'm also a little bit nervous because I haven't done it before, and because with it being CrossFit, I don't know what the workout's going to be. So there's a wee bit of nervousness there in terms of that. So just finished CrossFit. That was good fun. As you can see, I'm quite sweaty after it, but it's a good workout. It was quite warm obviously as well, so got to account for that. But the workout itself was hang power cleans, 7 sets of 2 at 90%. Of 1 rep max, which is good fun. Always nice doing strength movements like that. I've actually been incorporating a lot of that kind of stuff in my own training recently, and it's really enjoyable. So that was quite good, quite up my street at the moment. And then the second part, the conditioning part, was a four time workout. which I'll put a wee screenshot of on the screen. And yeah, done that in about just over 10 minutes, which was good fun. Because it's so warm there, you just heat up instantly, which is amazing. I love those kind of workouts where you just got to knuckle down and do it and get it done. But it's amazing that like you can just turn up at these gyms all over the world, just go and do a workout with people and start your day off pretty well. So I'm going to go back, get showered, get washed up, and I think we're going to go out and go do some touristy stuff. Here we are at Il Duomo in the middle of Milan. Look at this nice big bit of church. One thing I always find crazy when you come to like European cities like this is how we've got all these stunning buildings that we've built like in the last couple of 100 years, yet now the buildings that we build are horrible. Like, you don't build anything as nice as this. It's amazing like to see like the detail in the architecture and appreciate what's actually been created. Stopped off for a wee coffee at this wee place and look at these cannolis they have. Pistachio, lemon and chocolate. I'm looking forward to digging into them. Croissant. Amy's got a cappuccino and a croissant as well. Standard, but do you enjoy it?
I don't drink full caffeinated coffee, so we'll see how this goes.
So we've got a wee ice cream here, a wee gelato. Looking forward to it. What flavours have you got?
Pistachio and salted butter caramel.
I've went for dark chocolate and custard cream, so we're going to get wired into this. Last night we went for pizza, so tonight we're going to go for pasta. And then we are off to the spa. Got ourselves a wee Aperol Spritz here at €3. Cannot complain. What I do like about cities like Milan and Barcelona is that because they're so big, not everything's like centred in the one area, kind of like the way it is in Glasgow. And we've obviously got the city centre on the West End, but I like the fact that when you go to these bigger cities, there's like different wee areas and they've all got their own wee quirks and their own wee different kind of vibes. That is us out of the spa and back up to where we're staying at the hotel. I'd never took any footage when I was in there, purely because you're in a spa and you don't really want to be taking your phone in, risk getting it wet or whatever it is, and plus you're trying to relax in the spa and there was loads of people in there, and it's going to sound like I'm having a go, but sitting on their phones while they're like in like the kind of jacuzzi type things, or sitting on their phone in the sauna, and I'm like, what's the point in doing that? Sit and enjoy. The whole point of going to the spa is to get away from this sort of stuff and relax. You can't do that with your phone in there, so I never took any footage, but I'll put a wee link to it down below and you can have a look and see about the photos and stuff like that for yourself. But it was amazing, so many different like saunas, steam rooms, everything that you would expect at a spa, and it was really relaxing. And we got a wee aperitivo as well. We got a wee glass of bubbly and a few wee snacks, like a couple of bits of cheese, ham, and there was like breadsticks and bread there as well. So really good experience and definitely worth the money that we paid for it. Buongiorno, ciao. Just finished my second CrossFit class there, and that was humbling to say the least. The two things that I disliked the most, snatching and pull-ups, were heavily involved in this workout. So it was power snatching, which wasn't too bad. I don't mind doing that much, but the WOD was pretty tough. It was a 21:59 thrusters at 40 kilos, and then pull-ups. So a lot of volume in the pull-ups, but sometimes you have to do that. You have to go through these hard points, like the kind of humbling experiences, especially when with things like pull-ups that are already naturally quite hard. It's just practicing them, and that's how you get better at them. So that was the first part. The second part was pretty similar. It was overhead squat with the same 40 kilos. It was 579 in terms of reps. So 5 overhead squats, and then it was muscle up, bar muscle ups, but I scaled that back to pull-ups. But in doing so, it meant that I had to do double the amount, so 10 pull-ups and then 14 and 18. So it was pretty tough towards the end, but we got there. and we got it sorted. Tough workout, but that's why you're going to do things like this, things like CrossFit, and that's why you train, so that you can go turn up just to a random CrossFit gym and do workouts like that. Brunch. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Hello, What? This way?
Yeah.
Hello. How are we? I've actually hardly filmed anything today. We've just been kind of walking about, doing a bit of sightseeing. It's been really busy as well, so not really been able to get the camera out and actually film, to be honest. But we are currently just outside Centrale station, getting something to eat because we're waiting on the bus. The bus is about 45 minutes or so, and that's going to take us up to Bergamo, where we're flying home from tonight. So just a bit all set, ready to go up the road and fly back to Edinburgh. So I'll show you this for catch. I've got like roast beef, ham, and I think there's like kind of pistachio cream and there's wildflower honey on there as well. And he's got, it's called San Marco, no idea what's on it. Ham, cheese, honey, truffle, but look at that bread. The bread here is insane, so good. So our flight home tonight was scheduled for 10:30, pretty late as it is, and obviously that's not going to be the case anymore. It's delayed until midnight, so about an hour and a half delay, which isn't ideal. It means we're not going to get back to Edinburgh until about 1:30, but that's what happens when you book a late flight. You book knowing that there could be delays throughout the day that cause it to be late, but for what we paid for this flight, we paid £20, so can't really complain in all honesty. But we're just going to have to take it as it comes and just chill out in the airport. Because we get in so late, I forgot to film an ending to this video, so I'll end it with our visit to the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. Please like and subscribe to the video for more travel vlogs and to see what else I get up to.